Hi you guys, it's your favorite lipstick loving blonde bombshell, Blondie Lockhart, and you are tuned into another episode of Blonde Moments. So I am still on a high from homecoming. I'm also a little sick too, so I'm gonna need a little help for today's episode, but we'll get into that in a second. First, we gotta talk about my lips, of course. So this week's lip, I decided to go with something a little dark. I mean, it is October, it's fall, it's time to bring those warm colors out. The lip color I decided to go with this week is Creature by ColourPop. It's a nice matte wine, like a strong Cabernet or Merlot. I just love this lip color. And ColourPop cosmetics are really inexpensive. All of their lippies are only $5. You can't beat that. I believe their lip pencils are $5 as well, and their individual eyeshadow palettes. Everything's just really affordable. So when you guys get the chance, make sure that you check them out. If you guys saw me out on the yard during homecoming, or if you saw my pictures on social media, you also saw this amazing hat that I got so many compliments on. Thank you guys. The designer is Lamont Rudolph. I interviewed him earlier this year. You can check out that video on this channel. This hat is custom made for me, so sorry ladies and gents, you can never get another hat like this, and if you do, it's a knockoff. You can check him out all over social media and Instagram, hashtag Lamont Rudolph at the Lamont Rudolph, and get your own designer hat. And you guys remember to follow the book. I told you guys I needed a little bit of help. I'm trying to recover from the turn up at homecoming, so I wanted to introduce you guys to my co-host today, M.Tiant, Miss Tori, and our little baby Rocco decided to join us.
What's going on out there, Blonde Moment viewers?
Hello guys, how are you this evening?
Alright, so since I have guests, we're going to have more than one topic tonight. And the first topic we're going to discuss is homosexuality in hip-hop. We all sat down and watched Love and Hip Hop together. I don't really talk about reality TV shows too much, but I do keep up with the ratchet. We all do, since we're, you know...
Ratchet!
we're all, you know, productive citizens in life, and we don't have the ratchet. So, you know, like most of you, we have to keep up with the ratchet in other people's lives, thanks to Mona Scott. So on tonight's episode of Love and Hip Hop Hollywood, Miles, aka Sir Brock, he came out to his family and to his ex-girlfriend Amber, and on the special they were just having the discussion about just hip-hop and how they look at gays, or just the black community and how they deal with gays and everything. So I wanted to know, what are you guys' thoughts on hip-hop and homosexuality? And do you think hip-hop is ready for a gay rapper or homosexual rappers?
We get it that, you know, hip-hop is more...
It's always evolving.
It is, and it's always ever-changing. Mm-hmm. And the one thing that's most important is to just learn that homosexuality is not new. It's not something that just started. It's been, you know, around through the ends of time. If it's more acceptable, then, you know, there's a time and a place for everything, and there's an audience for, you know, for a homosexual artist. My thing though is that I just don't need, like, some if it's a little too explicit, but that's just any. That's just any.
You didn't like Fly Young Red?
Yeah, Fly Young Red. That's a bit much. Throw that boy. Throw that boy. That's a lot going on.
That boy P.
Some ratchet homo getting it.
The Lil Kim of
the
Little Kim of gay rap.
And the thing is, just like you said, if that's what you want to use it as your platform, then that's when it becomes a different thing. If you are a homosexual rapper and you know you rap about the things that you wish, the cars, the clothes, the lifestyle, I don't see anything wrong with it. Saya off of Hip Hop of Sisterhood, fire, love her, and she's a lesbian and she doesn't do anything for me or my taste, but her as an artist is very, very awesome. I think she's great. But if you are a homosexual person and your rapping sucks, then I'm not going to support you. It's not because you're gay or you're lesbian, it's because
your music's bad.
Yeah,
and that's the thing, is if you're, it can't be so much about your sexuality as it is about your artistry.
Thank you.
You have to do a Frank Ocean. Frank Ocean's music is so good that nobody cared. He could have said he sleeps with dogs. He's in the bestiality. I don't think anybody would have cared.
Thinking about me.
Yeah, I don't think anybody would have cared because
Well, let
the
me ask you
music
this:
is
is
good.
Jussie Smollett?
Jussie Smollett
Yeah.
is gay in real life, but that reminds me of a point that Charlemagne made one time. He feels like there are three types of gay people: the ones that are in the closet, the ones that come out of the closet, and then the ones who are just like it's nobody's business. And that's pretty much how Jesse came out. It wasn't that he just basically said, I was never in the closet to come out of the closet. I've just always been me. And people were always questioning from the first season of Empire.
How comfortable he was acting in some of those things.
So it was like, oh, he must be gay, he must be gay. And then, like, I think it was the season finale when he had the people saw the big tattoo as a equal sign on his arm.
Oh, okay.
And it stands for equality, you know, and well, I can't say it stands for equality, but I believe that's what it stands for.
Symbolizes.
Yeah, and he was just
and
like,
he's a great artist. I see
and actor and everything.
He's a great person. His talents are shining above. I think that what your preference is should not be who you should like. I don't judge you based off that or things of that nature. And I think that's where we get things confused and misconstrued.
Because people have to learn to leave people alone.
Absolutely.
Like, that's just in straight life, gay life. And leave people alone. Everybody's decision and is their decision, and everyone deserves to be happy.
I agree.
And so if people could just get past that point, then it would not matter, you know, that they're gay and doing hip-hop. They're just doing hip-hop. The hip-hop community now, when you go to hardcore hip-hop, you know, when you think about the 80s, it's always had a, you know, I'm slinging drugs, and I'm fucking bitches, you know, all of that
very
is
macho,
But then when you get to a certain point of, like, Sir Brock and the comments that he was making, it's not believable to me.
Oh, yeah, there's plenty of memes and discussion about that, because Miles, Sir Brock on Love and Hip Hop, the one that came out tonight, he had come out with a music video, and it was shortly after his premiere on the show, and people were like, we saw you kiss a man in the first episode, and in your video there's a girl twerking on you. Like, nobody believes you. And he did come out and say he was bisexual. But people like to believe that there's no such thing as bisexual men. So what are you guys' thoughts on that?
I feel like, for one, before I even get a thought like that, how crazy are you on TV talking about, well, I can't do this and I can't do that. You're on TV.
Right, with the camera in front of you.
So you're already out. Like, I don't even get the whole unveiling tonight. Only thing left in that closet is clothes. Like, you're on national television with going through this. Yes. So it's, I'm sorry, it's real staged and phony. Like, that's just how I feel about it. Staged, phony, and then you're using this also to boost, you know, help boost whatever type of career you're hoping to have.
In Out of Hip Hop, they also touched on Young Thug and how millennials don't really have gender barriers, and something that's been trending on social media is this dad that's going to let his son dress as Elsa, I believe, one of the princesses from Frozen. So what are you guys' thoughts on a little boy dressing up as a princess for Halloween?
I feel like more than anything else, this child is learning tolerance, because one thing that people don't realize is that gender and sexuality are two different things. Nobody is saying that the little boy is going to be gay or is gay or anything like that.
He seemed very young. So
and he's very young. He's a tiny little, I think the little boy is 3 years old. And my thing is, for the father actually told him to choose his favorite movie character, who he want to go as Halloween. That's who the little boy chose. I think that it just shows growth and maturity on the father's part, that he didn't have some big issue with. He went right out and bought that little princess costume and threw it on that little boy. Gender is a taught thing, and all this is showing this little boy is that he can grow up and be whoever he wants to be. Nobody's saying he wants to be a princess, but what I'm saying is it will teach him to not be judgmental against people. You know, people that actually are going through trends and gender issues.
I don't know. This is my first time hearing it. I think I would have encourage my child to pick something else. There are other characters in that movie, besides Elsa and Anna.
But that's his favorite, and that was what his dad told him to choose. His favorite.
You can't do that. I didn't say nothing in your stuff.
I'm just pointing. I'm pointing it out because you don't know about the story.
Get your hand back. Now
understand your point. A friend of mine just told me she has a son and a daughter. And the daughter, she asked, you know, what do you guys want to be for Halloween? And the daughter said, I want to be a witch. And then she looked at her son. He is 2. Well, he's about to be 2. No, he is 2. He is 2. And she was like, you know, what do you want to be? And being that he's little, he wants to be just like his sister or, you know, mock his older sibling. He was like, I want to be a witch too. And she was like, no, you can't be a witch. And he just fell out crying, and she felt bad. And she was like, well, you can be a wizard, like the male version, or yeah. So I can understand. I think that also goes back to, you know, it's some things that everybody's not ready to accept when it comes to gender lines and things like that. But I feel like at the same time, you know, little boy, when we were younger, you know, we played with Transformers that our boy cousins have, and sometimes they would play with the Ken dolls that we had.
I had all girl cousins, so the compromise was to play with them, and they played back with me.
That's like, what I was just about to say. Like, you didn't really have much of a choice.
No, I didn't have much choice. And then I mean, yeah, like sometimes my mom would say something, or some uncles. Oh, he doesn't need to play with dolls. You be quiet and stay out of this, because I don't have any playmates that aren't girls. So if I don't play with them, they're not going to play back with me, you know.
But in my mind, it still has some type of, I feel life still has some type of gender basis. I mean, I guess that's a different topic for a different day, because I'm not going to open the door for a man. I feel like a man should open the door for me. I mean, something similar of that nature. You know what I'm saying? I think a woman is still more nurturing, and I think that just goes beyond. But I like the thought of, like you said, the child doesn't know.
Right.
And
he just wanted to do what his sister did.
Right. And so, like you said, a wizard or a warlock, they still all in the same sorcery field, but he gets to play the male portion of it, which is fine, like a prince. You know, I think, you know, for him to say, the man says, you know, she can be Elsa. Okay, well, let's make it into a prince form. He can still wear some blue, and I like the part, like you said, about the tolerance portion for him to know. But a lot of kids just don't know, and so they go in that direction, and then they explore and they find out things on themselves. Like out in hip hop, the boy wasn't taught certain things. He went out and got HIV.
With the first person he had sex
you know,
with.
So I mean, I you know, that's why I kind of listen to the idea, but it's still a way in still doing things.
Gender is it's a taught behavior.
So sex is male and female. Gender is
masculine and feminine. I don't even think the man thinks in any way that his son has a gender issue.
Yeah.
It's just that he chose that character, and the dad said fine, and went and bought the costume and put it on him. And people are making a huge deal out of it. That's his child, and if he wants to teach his child tolerance, and it's the same thing to me. Like, if you have a child and you let the child dress themselves and they go outside and look horrible and terrible, but that's how they feel like expressing themselves at that time. You have to let children express themselves. It makes them more well-rounded. People have no right to tell anybody how to raise their children. None.
Oh no.
And so, but that's what a lot of it was going on. Like when the man posted,
and he was like, save the macho speech, and he needs to dress like a boy or whatever.
Okay. Yeah, and so people just, again, like I said earlier, leave people alone. Like, that's his child, and he can rear his children however he wants. And people don't have to agree with it, but it's not for anybody to say.
What was the intentions of you putting that out on social media? Because it would never. Nobody would have commented or said anything out there if you did not take the picture and put hashtag my child wants to be Elsa for Halloween. Or you told the story of whatever.
Right.
So that's when I become, you use social media as a platform in some form of fashion.
Yes.
Absolutely.
You did it for a reason.
Yes, absolutely he did.
So
he thought it was interesting that his son wanted to dress as Elsa. He agreed to do it. Of course he's gonna post it so he can see how many
viral. Some of them might think that.
You got to remember, people.
But you're not thinking that you're not going to get any backlash.
It's not that. I don't think he. In fact, he knew he would get backlash, because the first sentence he said in the caption was "save the macho attitudes" or something to that effect. He knew that it was going to happen. But you know, people are always looking. They all want to get that million hits on YouTube or whatever, and
everybody wants to go viral.
Everybody wants to go viral.
My personal thing was, I feel like it's just a product of overshare. Like, I just have to post everything that my kids do, that my pets do, that whatever. And it may not be to go viral, but I just feel like somebody cares that I had the first pumpkin spice latte at Starbucks today, so I have to put this on social media. And in the same sense, it's just like, you know what? My family and friends probably want to know what my son's going to be for Halloween. Why make them wait until the day when I post the picture? Let me post it in the dressing room, because this is hilarious that my son wants to be a little girl.
Yeah.
So that's I really do think it's a product of overshare.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like that phrase, product of overshare.
I just saw this on Baller Alert. There is a new drug out here that is making people go crazy. It's called Flakka. It is a new cheap designer drug, and it causes paranoia, hallucinations, and brain damage.
Folks to go crazy out their mind and talk to themselves. It is ridiculous.
You saw the video?
Yes, I did. I
you
saw
see
the lady
video?
talking in the bush.
Okay.
And somebody was on the floor or whatever. And this is so crazy. I don't understand why you want to lose control and don't know anything about where you are and what's going on. It's crazy.
I mean, they run the gamut with drugs. Like, you got to have a new drug now. Come on.
It's been 6 months. We got to come
right,
up with
we got to have something new.
Molly is old
Molly's
at this
old.
point.
Yeah, Molly's
Here
old.
it is.
You know, you got your staples of heroin and crack and cocaine.
I don't know what this is, but it's too much.
I'm dead.
She about to be too. So if you guys haven't seen the video, it's on Baller Alert on their Instagram page. And the people look like The Walking Dead, but they have on regular clothes and not zombie makeup.
Yeah.
It's just completely sad. But I agree with you. Why would you? I mean, part of my recovery right now is because I had me a little bit too much to drink this weekend, and I might have not had on enough clothes, and now I got a little sniffle. But I mean, I get a little buzz and things like that. But when you just want to, I don't know, it's taking it too far. When I guess you never know how a drug is going to harm your body, but just why would you even want to put that in your system in the first place?
If it doesn't have an FDA approval, I'm not putting it in my body. And if it doesn't not say Jose Cuervo, go Maria,
I mean, that is
in my body.
That's regulated also in a way, because they have to find out how much proof is in there and everything, and you're buying it from an establishment. In the article that they posted on Baller Alert, they said that in many cases, experts say users typically can be found with their clothes off because of a rise in body temperature. And the person that they interviewed said that people try designer drugs because they're curious. And we can't even say it's just like kids in high school and things like that. It's grown people out here.
Grown-ups.
Yes, those were truly adult women sprawled out all over the ground and things, and you just never know.
Because their bodies have gotten so acclimated to those drugs that they can't get a high off of those, so they're trying something new.
Or even, like he said, just being curious. You know, I'm out at a party, I'm just wild, I'm gonna have a good time regardless. I'm gonna get turned up, and somebody hands you something, you're not even questioning what it is. Do I eat it? Do I smoke it? Do I?
Not
Or it could be a plan. Like, we totally planned and plotted on the salvia.
Right.
We watched the videos to see how people reacted. We sought it out. We went around until we found it, and we scheduled the time to do it, because it says not do it by yourself. So even with that, it could just be because some of the, like, I don't know what was going on here, but they may very well have not been on any other type drug. They might have just tried that just because it's something new.
Like that when stuff catches on social media, and it's just like, I want to do that. I want to try that.
What you had got on social media, somebody in the back neck Tennessee woods.
Yeah. And you know they're bored.
Yeah.
They're bored. They don't have anything better to do than do drugs and make children, make babies. Like babies.
I want to know what you guys think. Have you ever thought of trying Flakka? Would you, after seeing these videos?
Watch the video first.
Yes, watch the videos first before you decide to seek it out and try it for yourself. And also, what are your thoughts on homosexuality and hip-hop? Leave it in the comments below. Also, make sure that you like this video, share it all over social media. And while you're at it, make sure that you follow Miss Tori and M.Tiant on Instagram. Also, follow me all over social media at Blondie's Lipstick. Make sure that you subscribe to this channel for past and future episodes. And also be on the lookout, because what's on everyone's lips and the QTNA are coming soon. That's all for now. Until next time, mwah.